think that should work. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and create a new part. You name it whatever you want. Surface model. Yep, new part. And then I usually go to shape, generative shape design, because there is a significant amount of surface modeling tools in there. I think I demonstrated that last time. So if you come in there, expand that, we've got a whole bunch of shape surface modeling tools here on the side. Okay. So depending on the orientation of your car, your surface model is going to pop in. So you want to make sure, first and foremost, that you're sketching on the right plane. So like if your chassis is on the XY plane and it's kind of moving along like this, you want to make sure your surface model is on that same orientation, okay? I would hate for you guys to create a surface model, try to bring it into your skeleton, and have it be sideways or upside down. It's just, that's a lot of work, and for top-down modeling, the orientation of the planes is important. Once again, just to remind you guys, if you need to do a top-down parameterization, you go up to Tools, Options, come down here to Infrastructure, and go to Part Infrastructure, and always make sure Keep Link with Selected Object is turned on at the very, very beginning of anything that you do. Okay. That will keep all of the links that you've linked down from your assembly down to your sub-assemblies and your parts. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and create a sketch. We're going to start our sketch on the ZX plane. And I find that using splines is the easiest just because it gives you more control over your vehicle. You can create a cross-section however you would like to. But I'm going to go ahead and create my cross-section using a spline. Sorry, I'm still using my NX commands from earlier. I'm sorry. Let me orient this correctly. There we go. All right, so we'll go ahead and kind of create... Now, I'm just going to kind of eyeball this, so you guys will probably need to have a little bit better dimensions on this thing. I think most of the vehicles are about 350 millimeters long.
Hey Josh, quick question.
Yes.
How do you change the orientation that you're designing? Like your vertical and your horizontal arrows?
When you create the sketch to like a particular thing, you can swap like. Yeah, so.
Because mine's
choose
reverse
sketch.
Oh, gotcha.
Choose that position sketch.
Yeah, you can change the direction on which side it is.
You can choose down here to reverse it.
Yeah, this right here will also take the normal too. So if I hit this, it flips around.
Right.
But you can also use that tool if it's slightly rotated to get back to the straight-on orthographic view. But yeah, so if your thing's reversed, you can flip it over and keep sketching that way, and that way it'll get you the right orientation. Okay, so I did a spline here, kind of showing where the upper surface of my car is. We want to do another spline slightly below that one, and this will kind of represent where the shoulder of the vehicle will be. So about where, I guess, about where the door would be, like right below the driver's side window. So that would be.
The first one is just like for the center of it.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, this top one's for like the center line of the car, like the highest point. This smaller one is for about the shoulder, so kind of where the curve of the car starts, you know, coming off of the windows and going onto like the door handle and things like that. And you can control these control points to kind of, you know, define the contour of your car. And then we'll do a third one, and this one will kind of tell us where the wheels are. Double click on the end to basically cut your spline off and finish. And once again, I'm just eyeballing this. So you guys should like for this tutorial, the dimensions won't matter. You're not making it parametric. So if you just follow along, you can finish the in-class assignment today. But for the vehicle, you'll need to take your units into consideration. You'll want to make sure this thing's parametric. You'll need to constrain those control points to be a certain distance away from things, stuff like that. So we're going to go ahead and kind of design about where our tire is going to fit into this thing.
It's like the line you added.
Yeah, it's just a straight line that I added.
Necessary or
That's kind of the baseline for my car. That's where the bottom of my car is. Okay. These are going to be kind of represent the rim or the top of the rim where your tires are going to sit in, and then you'll want to create a smaller arc, maybe using like a 3-point arc. Actually, I'll use this arc by centers. So they have the same common center. There's one arc. And this is going to kind of show you where, like, I guess, I don't know the technical term for this one. It's like the bucket. It's basically the small extension from the car part out that kind of protects the wheel from any type of debris or anything like that while it's driving. I don't remember the term. I wish I could remember it right now, but you'll see what I mean when we actually start doing some surface modeling based off this.
Are you doing this all in the same sketch? I didn't see.
Yeah, this is all in the same sketch. If you want to, you can put these on separate sketches, and that probably will make it a little bit easier for you. I find that the more sketches you have and the more cross sections you have, the more control you have over your surface model. And I'll illustrate that a little bit later too. Okay, so the last thing we need is we kind of need to define. Here we go. We need to define the kind of the top hood of our car. And then we also need to define the kind of the driver's side window, if you will. So we'll put a similar spline right below that goes down to the shoulder. So you've got one on the top, and then you've got one on the shoulder. And I think that should be pretty much everything we need for this at the moment. Okay? Got a nice, beautiful looking car there. All right, so we'll hop out of sketch.
Oh, some of us aren't that fast.
Yeah, I can give you guys a second to catch up. That's fine.
Do we have, like, you drew that model, like, do we have to have that in there? Will we be referencing that, or was that just so you can have a reference?
It's just so I can have a reference for those arcs that I put in. So, okay, so I'll give you guys a sec. Is everyone pretty much doing okay so far?
Yeah, I just got tricked because when we did the first drawings, I thought we were doing the shape of the whole car, not just like the hood, rear part.
Gotcha,
So
gotcha.
I made mine look really good. But
Okay. All right, so the next thing that kind of needs to be done, this one's not too complex, so if you create a sketch, you want to create a sketch that's perpendicular to the surface, and I'm going to do this one on the XY plane. Okay, so it kind of brings it into the side here. This is going to basically define what the side profile of your vehicle looks like. So I'm just going to do something pretty simple. I'm going to use a spline again. And the start of my car is about right there. I want my car to kind of just be nice and rounded on the side. We'll make it kind of a classic style look there.
That first point isn't connected with the board.
It says it is. I'll remove that constraint.
Well, I mean, but it's not like at yours, it's off of it.
Yeah, I put it in line with that vertical axis. And I'll explain why in like a couple seconds here when we're actually getting things done with surface modeling. But this defines the side profile of your vehicle. So like, you look at the side of like a Porsche or something, it usually has like a bit of a bump out here where the tire is, comes down on the inside, and then has another bump where the back tire is, and kind of. So you could do it that way if you wanted to. I'm just going to make mine pretty simple for right now. I don't want to get too complex just yet. See if we can bring that back down there. Okay, that looks pretty good. All right, so I've got one line that kind of defines the profile of my vehicle. So we'll hop out of sketch there. And actually, I wanted to Put it back in here. Let's go ahead and remove that and flip the normal. And we will do it, we'll do that on the bottom. I just switched sides. I put it on the other side. It doesn't matter. For me, I just prefer it this way, just so I can kind of see what's going on. I'm left-handed, so makes more sense for me. All right, so that's kind of the profile of our vehicle. We're going to create a third sketch, and we're going to do it on the YZ plane. And this is going to define the shoulder of our vehicle. So I'm going to put another spline in, and I want this one to start roughly about where that profile is and kind of curve up here to where the top of my vehicle is. Okay, so that's my shoulder of my vehicle.
Where did you do it from? Where did you start on the bottom part? Like, can you rotate? Okay.
I try to get it pretty planar with that.
So that's a shoulder, is that too high then?
It needs to go up to about the top of the vehicle. It doesn't have to be the top, but just kind of somewhere up here in this range. Okay. All right, so we're good there. We'll finish that sketch. Now we can finally start doing some surface model. Okay? Yeah, finally. Whew. All right, so the first thing we want to do, I'm going to pull some of my menus out here. That's not what I wanted to do. There we go. You'll notice that there are a lot of surface modeling tools inside of Generative Shape Studio. Okay, so there's a lot of menus here. All right, the first thing we want to do is we want to do a sweep. Okay? If you don't see that button, it is on the... It's one of the first ones I pulled out. If you come down here, it's the... hang on one sec here. There we go. It's the... let's see, I believe it's the sketcher. No, sorry, surfaces. It's the surfaces toolbar. Okay? So if you click on a sweep, it'll ask for a profile, which will be the bottom curve here. Okay? And then it's going to ask for a guide curve, which is going to be our shoulder. The shoulder curve. So if we hit preview, we should get something that looks like that. Nice sweep. Okay? So that's pretty straightforward. Just a sweep, grab your profile, grab your shoulder as the guide, and it will sweep it. And now if I come in here and I alter this just a little bit, it'll alter the shape of the curve. Or the shape of the surface, excuse me. Okay, so that's what we wanted to do. The next thing we want to do is we want to project this lower shoulder onto that surface. Okay? To do that, there's the projection tool. If you didn't see that, it's just right here. And if I pull that out, it is on the toolbar that starts with a W. So if we scroll down here, I'm guessing it's probably wireframe. Okay, so we'll do a projection. We're going to, now you'll notice, since I did everything in one sketch, it's going to try and grab everything. But you can right click here in the projected dialog, and you can do an extract. So you can do create extract, and you can grab just the one object that you want to project onto that surface.
Just like create extract, not create extract.
Yeah, just create extract. If you do create multiple extract, you can grab multiple segments. If you do create extract, you can grab one segment. So you press OK.
Which line of shoulder?
Yeah, just the lower shoulder on that main sketch there. the support is what you're projecting onto.